Good evening to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro in HD video blog as I look at Tropical Storm Hermine in the Gulf of Mexico this evening. You can see it has definitely gotten better organized, but you can also see that a lot of this energy is escaping off to the north and east. It's not bundling around a central area of low pressure with spiral banding concentrated around that. You know what a healthy system looks like, and this isn't quite it. It has certainly made some progress over the last few days, but it's not quite where you would expect for a system that's going to strengthen quickly. That being said, there is still time for this to develop further and head up towards the Panhandle as perhaps a minimal hurricane. And I say minimal, that's just a category and whatever. I mean, it doesn't describe the impact. A low-end hurricane is like saying, well, I got in a small car accident. It's still a car accident. Certainly, you know, a head-on collision at 80 miles an hour is pretty much catastrophic, as would a Category 5. But even a Category 1 up here in the Apalachee Bay area, for example, and in parts of the Nature Coast over here, could be devastating with storm surge in excess of several feet, and it could be life-threatening. So please take this very seriously, even though it's just, quote-unquote, a tropical storm. The 5 o'clock map shows this coming into the Panhandle, the center of circulation that is, and then up into the southeast and mid-Atlantic states. We'll worry about what might happen up in this region after landfall tomorrow night. We still have time. I know there's a lot of questions. People are kind of concerned up in this region. I think you can pretty much count on the potential for some very heavy rain coming your way. And depending on how this track pans out, if it comes out over the ocean and then bends back in, that could be completely different. So we will be watching that very closely, obviously. The highest impact from storm surge is diminishing down here from Homosassa Springs to Spring Hill in vicinity, even up towards Cedar Key, a little bit less predicted right now by the overall model guidance based on the 5 p.m. advisory information. Now, this can change, and it will change. In fact, right now, the highest threat of storm surge in exceedance of several feet, for example, is up here in the Apalachee Bay area, St. Marks, Florida, up here, for example. This is a very vulnerable region due to the shape of the coastline and the potential angle of attack, if you will, from Hermine as it comes in. And you can see there are some oranges in here around St. Marks and Wakulla Beach area, 6 feet perhaps of storm surge inundation above ground level. Anywhere you see the yellow, that would be at least 3 feet or so above ground level. So this is a problem, obviously, and there's going to be more evacuations besides the ones that have already come into play recently. So my best advice, I want to talk about this for a moment, go to weather.gov, weather.gov, put in your zip code, and then any information that pops up in there in headlines or red, hurricane local statements, that kind of thing, read those. That's going to have your local information from your local weather service office pertaining to local emergency management information at times in that information box. Weather.gov, put in your zip code, and that helps you filter through some of the noise, if you will, that's out there about all the stuff that's going on. That's an objective look at the facts. Weather.gov, put in your zip code, and then read what comes up. Some of it might be a little technical, but, you know, ask on social media if you have a question, and hopefully somebody will answer you. All right, so the track forecast from earlier today from the various models. Again, here's that overall look into the interior southeast. We know that this will change over time. The best course of action, if you're in the hurricane watch area, be ready for a Category 1 hurricane. I can't say it any simpler than that. And I know it's been more than 10 years, but do what you can to be ready. Avoid that storm surge. If they come and ask you to evacuate, do so. And you'll be glad you did. You don't want to lose your car. You don't want to lose your life, obviously. And if this were to rapidly intensify and become a lot stronger than forecast, that could be very problematic for the region. So be ready. All right? Well, that is it from me on the production side of things as I do these videos with the screencast. From here on out, starting tomorrow, I will be posting occasional videos to Hurricane Pro in HD as I set out some of my unmanned camera units that you can follow along live at hurricanetrack.com. So if you visit my website tomorrow, hurricanetrack.com, right on the homepage it'll tell you everything you need to know about watching the feeds. They're absolutely free, and you can share them with whomever you want. And that'll be my goal tomorrow, is to set those up, provide information to you here on Hurricane Pro and HD, and keep social media and my website and our app, it's called Hurricane Impact, all that information updated. That's my job tomorrow. Going to be a tough road ahead, but this is what I do. I enjoy it. It's good to be able to inform people on exactly what's going on, and hopefully you'll learn something along the way. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. I am Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com and for Hurricane Pro and HD, and we'll talk again tomorrow as the storm approaches.